Agents moving forward now, pushing the demonstrators off the road.
Pepper spray.
They shot my neighbor in the face this week.
When I watched that murder,
and I saw them attacking people here, so I came out here with this flag.
People who are immigrants are still out here fighting. People who could be deported. The least we can do as white people, as citizens, like natural-born citizens, is to also be out here with them and fighting.
Behind me is the Willewill Federal Building. The crowd now kind of gathering closer to the vehicle to be able to make their voices heard against the agents here as they move past. You got the protesters directly standing and barely touching the vehicle. And there you go, federal police there coming out and physically pushing the protesters back. And these officers here are labeled as DHS police. You'll see a mix of these agencies and these officers out here.
Welcome to the #1 online videocast produced by Same Moon Media. Shut the hell up. Grown folks are talking. With your host, Willewill, a.k.a. Sir Will, a.k.a. Do You Want My Arm to Fall Off, Billy E. Williams. Fun talk and lots of laughs about anything you can imagine. Start the show.
What's going on, everybody? Yeah, I'm far from the mic. What's going on? I want to thank you for joining me. If you've never been here before, I'm Willewill, Will Williams, and this is Shut the Hell Up, Grown Folks Are Talking. This is where we talk about news, politics, entertainment, things that affect us and we should be thinking about. So, again, I appreciate you joining me today. There could be so many other things that you could be doing, and I'm here for you. See, I watch this news so you don't have to. So the one thing that I do ask is that you like, share, and follow. It doesn't cost you anything, but it definitely helps me out a lot. So let's get to it. All right, so today we will be talking about the invasion in Minnesota. At least there's, as far as I know, there's at least 2,000 to 3,000 ICE agents that descended upon Minnesota and their communities. And we're saying where there's supposed to be law enforcement, we're talking about a zone of chaos, destruction, and trauma. People are getting shot. People are getting hurt. It's either in Portland where one man lost his eyesight or lost the sight in one of his eyes because of an ICE agent shooting him with some type of pellet. But again, I digress. I am here to share some of this information. Now, of course, it's gloom and doom, but we don't always want to be dealing with gloom and doom. And I get that. I'm just here to make you alert just in case there's something going on and you need to be aware in the last minute. We're in the chaos and we're in crisis, particularly a constitutional crisis in the United States. Oh, did I lose it? Constitutional crisis in the United States. And a lot of this is playing out in Minnesota. ICE agents are pulling citizens over. Citizens are protesting. Some citizens are protesting peacefully. Some people are being proactive in a negative way. But as far as some of the news that I'm hearing, U.S. citizens are getting tired. There are people that's ready to fight back. And I'm going to have a video that gets into that. But let's start this off with the very important video that I looked at from the governor, Tim Waltz. So let's check that out. All right.
My fellow Minnesotans, what's happening in Minnesota right now defies belief. News reports simply don't do justice to the level of chaos and disruption and trauma the federal government is raining down upon our communities. 2,000 to 3,000 armed agents of the federal government have been deployed to Minnesota. Armed, masked, undertrained ICE agents are going door to door, ordering people to point out where their neighbors of color live. They're pulling over people indiscriminately, including U.S. citizens, and demanding to see their papers. And at grocery stores, at bus stops, even at our schools, they're breaking windows, dragging pregnant women down the street, just plain grabbing Minnesotans and shoving them into unmarked vans, kidnapping innocent people with no warning and no due process. Let's be very, very clear. This long ago stopped being a matter of immigration enforcement. Instead, it's a campaign of organized brutality against the people of Minnesota by our own federal government. Last week, that campaign claimed the life of Renee Nicole Good. We've all watched the video. We've all seen what happened. And yet, instead of conducting an impartial investigation so we can hold accountable the officer responsible for Renee's death, the Trump administration is devoting the full power of the federal government to finding an excuse to attack the victim and her family. Just yesterday, 6 federal prosecutors, including the longtime career prosecutor leading the charge to investigate and eliminate fraud in our state's programs, quit their jobs rather than go along with this assault on the United States Constitution. But as bad as it's been, Donald Trump intends for it to get worse. This week, he went online to promise that, quote, the day of retribution and reckoning is coming. That's a direct threat against the people of this state, who dared to vote against him 3 times, and who continue to stand up for freedom with courage and empathy and profound grace. All across Minnesota, people are stepping up to help their neighbors who are being unjustly and unlawfully targeted. They're distributing care packages and walking kids to school and raising their voices in peaceful protest, even though doing so has made many of our fellow Minnesotans targets for violent retribution. Folks, I know it's scary, and I know it's absurd that we all have to be defending law and order, justice, and humanity while also caring for our families and trying to do our jobs. So tonight, let me say once again to Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, end this occupation. You've done enough. Let me say 4 critical things to the people of Minnesota. 4 things I want you to hear as you watch the news and look out for your neighbors. First, Donald Trump wants this chaos. He wants confusion. And yes, he wants more violence on our streets. We cannot give him what he wants. We must protest loudly, urgently, but also peacefully. Indeed, as hard as we will fight in the courts and at the ballot box, we cannot and will not let violence prevail. You're angry? I'm angry. Angry is not a strong enough word, but we must remain peaceful. Second, you are not powerless. You are not helpless, and you are certainly not alone. All across Minnesota, people are learning about opportunities, not just to resist, but to help people who are in danger. Thousands upon thousands of our fellow Minnesotans are going to be relying on mutual aid in the days and weeks to come, and they need our support. Tonight, I want to share another way you can help. Witness. Help us establish a record of exactly what's happening in our communities. You have an absolute right to peacefully film ICE agents as they conduct these activities. So carry your phone with you at all times. And if you see these ICE agents in your neighborhood, take out that phone and hit record. Help us create a database of the atrocities against Minnesotans, not just to establish a record for posterity, but to bank evidence for future prosecution. The third thing I want to say to you tonight is, we will not have to live like this forever. Accountability is coming at the voting booth and in court. We will reclaim our communities from Donald Trump. We will reestablish a sense of safety for our neighbors, and we will bring an end to this moment of chaos, confusion, and trauma. We will find a way to move forward, and we'll do it together. And we'll not be alone. Every day, we are working with business leaders, faith leaders, legal experts, and elected officials from across this country. They've all seen what Donald Trump is trying to do to our state, and they know their states could be next. And that brings me to the 4th thing I want to say tonight, Minnesota, how incredibly proud I am of the way that you've risen to meet this unbearable moment. But I'm not at all surprised, because this is who we are. Minnesotans believe in the rule of law, and Minnesotans believe in the dignity of all people. We're a place where there's room for everybody, no matter who you are, or who you love, or where you came from. A place where we feed our kids, we take care of our neighbors, and we look out for those in the shadows of life. We're an island of decency in a country being driven towards cruelty. We will remain an island of decency, of justice, of community, of peace. And tonight I come before you simply to ask, don't let anyone take that away from us. Thank you, protect each other, and may God bless the people of Minnesota.
Wow. Could you have ever imagined in your life that we would be in this situation? When we say the verge of civil war, now let's start out with Donald Trump is holding back funds for blue states. We're saying for child care, for SNAP. We're talking, they're coming up with reasons just to not send the money in retaliation, if you really think about that. Now, I know a lot of you out there, I mean, there are a lot of MAGA with regrets, but then there's a lot that stays steadfast with the system. Now, we could be mad at you. We should be mad at you, but I clearly understand that you're just a victim of the information that you brought in. The information that you allowed into your mind, into your home. What you watch is important. Now, here's the thing. How do you know what you should watch and what you shouldn't? Based on your moral beliefs, it should line up. So if you're a Christian and you're supposed to love your brother, if your political belief says, let's take from this person, and not help those that are in need, you have to really question what the plan is. You got to question where your heart really is. If you don't want to support low-income mothers with childcare, and instead you want to create the narrative that, there's just widespread theft, widespread uh, what's the word for it? Take two. So if you just want to pretend that there's this widespread fraud going on, look at the administration. Trump has at least $3 billion in an account that's overseas. They are selling oil and keeping the money. This is the big money grab. See, that's okay if you believe it. Now, there's also protests going on where people are talking about not paying their taxes, being exempt from taxes, but that's another story. But look, I want to get back into a couple of the videos that are really impactful and changing some of the perspectives, at least that I have, and I hope that it changes yours. So, let's get back to it.
He's moving forward now, pushing the demonstrators off the road.
Pepper spray.
They shot my neighbor in the face this week.
I watched that murder.
And I saw them attacking people here, so I came out here with this flag.
People who are immigrants are still out here fighting. People who could be deported. The least we can do as white people, as citizens, like natural-born citizens, is to also be out here with them and fighting.
Behind me is the Willewill Federal Building. The crowd now kind of gathering closer to the vehicle to be able to make their voices heard against the agents here as they move past. You got the protesters directly standing and barely touching the vehicle. And there you go, federal police there coming out and physically pushing the protesters back. And these officers here are labeled as DHS police. You'll see a mix of these agencies and these officers out here. You were the one who just got called out by the loudspeaker there and threatened with arrest. You were described based on your clothing saying, hey, this is your first warning. You will be arrested if you continue to, I think they said, like, interfere with federal vehicles. Can you describe what you were doing?
I've been flicking them off because fuck ICE and fuck the Nazis and running after them like a dog, chasing a fucking mail truck. That's all I've been doing is just flicking them off and yelling at them as they drive past. They're still able to drive past. I'm not stopping them.
Are you feeling at all cowed by what they said on the loudspeaker? Are you feeling in any way intimidated, or are you going to...
Not at all. Not at all. I'm going to keep doing it because my parents were refugees. My parents and my older sister were refugees from Romania when it was the communism with Ceausescu. They escaped the country. They came here. My mom is a naturalized citizen. She lived here for almost 40 years. And with everything going on, she's having panic attacks. She's scared to leave the house. She's scared to come to protest. She's 68 years old, and she stays at home, and she looks at the news, and she cries. And she's like, this isn't what I came here for. I came here for freedom. I came here to be safe. And now the exact same thing that happened in Romania.
We don't want them here. They are not welcome here. The city of Minneapolis, the state of Minnesota, we don't want them. We are proud of our immigrant neighbors and our community.
They are invaders in our city. These are public lands. These are city streets. These are sidewalks. And they can't tell us what to do in our own city. They have no authority here. They have no leverage over us. They have no legitimacy with the people of Minneapolis.
But I think probably a lot of people watching at home who aren't out here, they're going to see, or maybe who've never been through being tear gassed or pepper sprayed or threatened with arrest by federal government, they're going to see this. Oh, and we're just getting some pepper balls being fired here at the, seems like being fired just at the ground, perhaps. It wasn't exactly.
All right, look, I want to pause here because take notice. Government is on one side, protesters on the other. You can do that. It's a peaceful protest. To threaten someone to say you interfered, if you hold your finger up and they say you're interfering with whatever police situation is going on, it's just an excuse. And I need you to understand why there's not a lot of black people out there. Because we did our protest in the voting booth, excuse me. And if we were out there, that would fit right into the narrative. Remember, it's Black Lives Matter, Antifa. We are the domestic terrorists. They want you to believe that. But in reality, it's deflection. Everything they call and say you are, it's what they're doing. So you got to be careful while you're out there. They will try to arrest you. Now, again, my people are a little different. We know this. We know that will happen to us. This is why we're not out there. This administration would love to have hundreds of thousands of black people out there because they won't even give us the level of respect that they're giving those people out there, and they're not being respected. So I just wanted to add in on that. I need you to think about this. So let's get back to this.
Exactly clear where those pepper balls are fired, but that sound that we just heard, that very distinct sound, was the sound of a pepper ball gun going off. I'm not seeing the telltale marks on the ground right now of where those would have hit, or if they were actually directed at somebody in the crowd. We're getting some more, we're going around talking to people and trying to get some more, but that's that escalation that I talk about. Pushing the demonstrators off the road. Few of them holding pat.
So we're seeing here the use of pepper spray and the firing.
So who crossed the line just now? Protesters are still where they're supposed to be. They're trying to initiate chaos, ICE. That's what they're doing. They want chaos because the president can enact an insurrection law. We could have martial law and no elections. We're playing right
The firing of pepper balls. Agents moving forward now, pushing the demonstration.
Oh, man. Again, this is just amazing. This is weird that this is happening in the U.S. And if it is not affecting you, if you still think that everything is kumbaya and life goes on as it is, and the entertainment around this world activity is just fun and great, you have another thing coming, and you just need to be alert, at least a little alert, because when the chaos happens, when the martial law happens, and you can't come outside between the hours of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., then you'll see your rights are taken away. And then there'll be protests all over the United States with more active people, more angry people, because their rights are being taken away and violence will ensue. So I got a couple of more videos. Let's check it out. And my last one is the thing that got to me. So again, I thank you for watching this far or this long, and I will be bringing you more content. So let's continue. Let's get back into this.
Violently arrested and dragged a blind man simply because he was sitting outside of the ICE detention center.
Take a look at these videos, each taken from different sides of the ICE building. You can see Quinn Obel, a blind man wearing a neon vest, sitting on the side of the driveway to the facility. Next to him is a thick blue line on the ground federal agents made to indicate when protesters are crossing onto federal property, allowing them to arrest people for trespassing. That's when you see several federal agents circling around him, grabbing him by his limbs, carrying him into the ICE building before losing their grip, causing him to hit his head on the pavement. The video then shows officers dragging him past the gate, with more agents getting involved, cuffing him as the man wiggled on the ground, one agent picking up his white cane.
The person who was arrested, Quinn Obel, has said that he's way too scared to leave his house and that this whole entire incident was very traumatic, but he does want people to be his voice. So please make sure you share, amplify, talk about what just happened to him. This is Trump's America. This is the America that y'all voted for. I hope you're happy.
That was horrible. The blind man can't see the blue line, but do you treat any human that way? I mean, this is what we've come to. A year from now, that would be a civil rights violation. Those people will be fired. Those people those people will be criminally prosecuted, and there would be some lawsuits and money paid out. But like she said, this is Trump's United States. This is the United States that I didn't vote for. I voted for something different. I voted for the people's person. A lot of us knew what was going to happen. A lot of us read Project 2025. But again, my mindset is different. So I understand if you're in that whirlwind of the far right and this is just what you listen to, yeah, you're going to be inundated with their beliefs. So I do understand. I don't fault you for your beliefs. I fault you for your discretion. Like, you don't realize what this person is, but the research is there. The research was there so we all can know who we're dealing with. Oh, man. Let's continue.
Don't touch it. She's burning here. Don't touch her. And also she have if you touch her, you're gonna have problems. No, look, that's where I am. Hey, I can give it to the door.
Where's he from?
No, I can give it to the door. You guys, you scare people. That's what you do. See how you have the kids over there? That's what you're doing with this country. You put it upside down.
Please, sir. She have autism spectrum, please. Yes.
Where are your ID? We'll check you too.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my ID back. Give me my daughter back.
No, you're gonna have to physically come out here.
Okay, that's the way you treat people.
Of a minor.
Come on down here.
Don't touch
Let's look at that
it.
again, real quick.
She's burning here.
Don't touch her.
And also she have
If you touch her, you're gonna have problems. No, look, that's where I am.
Traumatize this child.
Hey, I can give it to the door. No, I can give it to the door. You guys, you scare people. That's what you do. See how you have it.
But this is the United States. It's not a third world country. And the bad thing about that is the right to bear arms. The police won't be the only people with arms. There's going to be a point to where January 6th is going to be a nationwide thing, and people are going to be frustrated and take up arms and go right back to the Capitol. That's not the kind of world I want to live in. It's crazy how we got here.
Watching a few minutes ago, you saw that we had chemical irritants and flashbangs thrown into the crowd here. The crowd quickly dispersed. You could hear people saying that they had
gotten pepper sprayed and that there were flashbangs. What we saw happen right before that was we saw that state patrol line in riot gear back up. So they were backing up down the street closer to the scene before they then deployed these irritants and these flashbangs. What we're witnessing down here from these protesters is some of them are getting quite close to the state patrol in riot gear, and they're letting them know that they are not happy with what's happening in Minneapolis right now. In fact, they're questioning why state patrol is down here protecting ICE. I've heard protesters say to them, stand with us, not with them. But these protesters have been shouting obscenities towards the ICE agents when we were in a different location, and then towards the state patrol. And I did see one protester throw a water bottle towards one of those state patrol, and maybe if those protesters start throwing things, that is when they disperse those chemical irritants.
Okay, that's completely understandable. One thing you're not supposed to do is put your hands on anybody, throw anything. Peaceful protest is have a sign, speak your mind. You don't have to physically get out there and put yourself in a legal bind. Now, if that's what you want to do for the cause, if you want to get locked up for that, go ahead. But FAFO, it's what they want you to do. They want this. They want the interaction. They want the videos. Peacefully protest, so the United States can just stay peaceful. I know we get to vote, and hopefully we get to vote at the ballot box, and hopefully there'll be a landslide in the Senate and in the House, and then we can impeach this dude. But in the meantime, your safety should be first.
I don't know. They also could be dispersing those chemical irritants. Just to disperse the crowd, obviously I have no idea. We're just a witness to what's happening down here, and I can tell you that they are using chemical irritants. They are using flashbangs. We also talked to an individual who was not involved with the protest, and he was just trying to get his kids out of the neighborhood. He had 6 kids loaded into his car, including a 6-month-old, when law enforcement threw a flashbang at his car, and now he has told us all 6 of his kids were transported to the hospital. We saw EMS come in. We expect that they are going to be okay, but obviously that father tonight is very worried about his kids. When he says he wanted nothing to do with this protest, he was just trying to get out of here when he got caught up in all of this. So it's a good reminder that this is a neighborhood. People live here, and right now there's a little bit of chaos in this neighborhood.
A lot of chaos, actually. Thank you, Courtney. Stay safe out there. I know you got hit with some of that chemical irritant as well. You can hear it.
It's like, why is... I'm just so... I'm so saddened by what's going on in the United States. It's like this could have been avoided. I mean, these are neighborhoods. These are people that are just caught up because they're just caught up in traffic. And ICE agents are told to create this kind of chaos. So it's very, very disturbing. I don't know what this world is coming to. I know one thing, we are on the verge of World War II. France and Denmark has sent their Delta Force over to Greenland. And Greenland, of course, says they will shoot first and ask questions later. So the president of No More Wars, talk about the Great Khan. I have 2 more videos that I want you to see, and I don't know if you've heard the story about the. I don't have the beginning portion of this video. I did see it a couple of days ago, where a woman in a car going to the doctor's office got stopped by. So she was in the area where there was the ICE raid. So, and she's just trying to explain it. She's trying to get to the doctor. They burst her window. They cut her seatbelt. They dragged her out of the car. So I don't have that video right now, but I do kind of have the aftermath of it. So let's check that out. And these are our brothers and sisters, citizens of the United States. And this is the new Gestapo. History, if you look at history, and this is the, what is it? Wow, this is heartbreaking. This is heartbreaking, but this is the last video that I'm going to show you.
I'm not the only one. 20 years in the Navy. I never passed 2 feet a day. I fought for freedom. For somebody like Trump to come and take it away. I'm not a good speaker. I fought for freedom. You see it taken away like this, hopefully it won't be, but you can't. I can't get over it. I'm not the only one that spent days, months, minutes fighting for what we believe in, to keep this country free and clear. To have somebody like Trump to come in and do what he's doing, and the support he's getting, I just can't get over it.
There you go, people. I will be bringing you more. Hopefully you join me again. But Minnesota, Portland, Chicago, these are the blue states. This is retribution. Funding will be stopped. And then the only thing that these states can do is stop paying federal taxes. Maybe put it in an escrow. But we are getting on the verge of, we're on the verge of civil war. But if we do invade Denmark, I think we will have, I heard that that's the final straw for the Republican Party, that they will impeach Donald Trump. And there's enough votes in the Senate, along with the Democrats, there's enough Republican votes where if he makes that one move, he will be impeached. Now, these are the same senators that blocked the bill to take away some of the war powers of Trump. So we have to really get to the point where they have to see this man send our military to another country before they realize that that is the plan. Maybe he saw Greenland 1. He needs to see Greenland 2 to see that there's no place to hide. So again, thank you for being down with me, all right? Now I will catch you the next time on Shut the Hell Up, Grown Folks Are Talking.